Hey, Ty Cohen here, and I want to share something with you that if you take it to heart, it can make you millions and millions and millions of dollars. Again, if you take this to heart, it's free information. It may seem super simple. It may seem so simple that you kind of bypass it. You kind of don't even put much thought into it. You don't even do anything with it. But there's gonna be about I'd say out of a 99.9% of people that actually watch this video, there's gonna be that 0.1% of you that actually take this and do really well with it. So what I'm gonna give you is, I'm gonna give you a way of how you can take your idea, your product, your service, and really turn it into millions and millions and millions of dollars, all right? So I want you to first think about the idea that you have. What's that idea that you have for a product or a service? Or you might already have a service, or you might already have a product. You might be a coach, you might be a consultant, you might be someone who has an invention, you might have a webinar, you might have, and I've done this actually with a webinar and with other products as well, and services. You might be someone who has no idea where to start. You might be someone who's been in business forever, for years or for decades, or you may be someone who's just considering getting started in business, right? This whole COVID-19 thing and the disloyalty that you've seen from a lot of companies, not only genuine disloyalty, but just forced disloyalty has made you kind of want to change positions. So if you take this thing that I'm going to share with you, I'm going to give you a couple of steps. It will literally change your life. It's something that I've been doing for a while now. So the first thing is to come up with that product or that idea. I'm actually going to get up. That product or idea. And if you don't have it already, then that's fine, right? Maybe I'll talk about it if you want. Let me know in the comments and I'll talk to you about how you can come up with your product or your idea, right? But the first thing is come up with that. And you may have one already, right? So you may have one already. The second thing, so that's the first thing, come up with your idea for a product or service. The second thing is then prove the idea, right? So prove the idea. So what do I mean by that? So if we're gonna look at something like this, the television, right? You see the television that's down there. So the person who first invented the television, they had that idea. No one had ever done it before, right? Now, I'm not saying that you need to reinvent the world and come up with something that's totally unique. It could be something that's already done, and it's better that there's people that have already done it. But the person who first came up with the television had to prove the idea, right? He had to prove that people were interested in watching television and that they would pay for it, right? Once the concept was proven, then now the next thing was to get it in front of more people. So if you have a product, if you have some type of a service, if you have an idea for a product or service, your first job is to, number one, sell it to one person, right? That's all you need, one individual. All you have to do is sell one copy of your ebook or one copy of your book or one copy of your product. I'm gonna come in here so I don't disturb my wife and the kids. Or sell one customer on a webinar, right? Just sell one individual on what it is that you have available. That's the second step. The third and the final step is to realize that there are billions of people on the planet right now. Billions of people. So if you could sell one person, your third job is to now aggressively go out and try to find as many people as possible that will buy your product or service. And that's it. That's how you can simply get rich. You can make millions and millions of dollars doing that. That's it. So many people overcomplicate the formula, right? Because what they'll do is they'll come up with a product or service and then they don't stay true to it. So instead of making a plan to reach as many people that are on this planet as possible, they jump around from product to product to product to product, or service to service to service to service, right? They jump around. And if you just stay disciplined and if you stay focused enough to work with that one thing and make it your mission to reach as many people as possible, you'll never be broke again, right? You'll never be broke again. I don't care if you're selling something like this. This is a itch relief stick, right? You can probably see that. I don't care if you're selling something like this, and as long as you can get one customer and you're making money off of it, your job now is to sell as many of the billions of people on this planet as you possibly can. If you have a webinar or some type of training program, if you sell one and you're profitable, your job now is to go out and sell as many of the billions of individuals that are on this planet as you can. And how do you do that? Well, you do that by not only staying limited to your industry or your niche, but you also go out and you reach out to other industries, other niches. You not only try one means of marketing or advertising, but you also try other means of marketing and advertising. You go out and you start to network with people. You go out and you start to look at what's working in other industries and see how you can apply what's working in other industries to your industry. And you make it your mission. You make that your number one goal. How can I reach more of the billions of people that are on this planet? You make that your number one goal. You write it down. I keep my goals on something like this, right? And I keep it in the bathroom so I can see it every single day. As soon as I get up, boom, I've got some other things here that's on my mirror here that I write out, right? You make that your number one goal, and I guarantee that you will see success. As long as you stay focused, you stay committed, you stay disciplined, and every time you start to waver, you correct yourself and you get right back on course. So here it goes. Step one, right? You come up with that product or that service, that idea for a product or service, right? Or you may already have one, so you can eliminate step one if you already have one. Step two, you now go out and prove it by making it for sale. If you sell one person and you are profitable, right? The third step is now to set the goal of reaching as many of the billions of people that are on this planet. And that's it. You do that, you stay committed, you stay focused, you'll do so much better than anyone else that's in your industry. I guarantee you. You don't need tricks, you don't need gimmicks, you don't need to overcomplicate it, you don't need to be the smartest person on the planet, you don't need to have a PhD, a master's degree, right? Anyone can do this, but most people won't do it because it takes staying focused and it takes staying disciplined, and it takes being observant of when you're starting to get off track and self-correcting. So I hope this finds you well. Let me know, where are you at right now in this process? Where are you at? Are you at step one, where you're thinking of a product or an idea or a service, or do you have one already? Are you at step two? Have you sold at least one person? I'm not talking about a family member, not your mom, not your grandmother, not your father. Doesn't count. A total stranger. And now are you at step three? Are you now looking to reach total domination, right? Reach as many people on the planet as possible. Let me know in the comments where you at. Step one, step two, or step three. I'll see you. Yeah, the paper. Stay focused.